Do you see this lovely, lovely Square Enix logo? That is the sign of a new Final Fantasy game. This Gamer of Glory, I have returned, and I have a new guest here. Say hi.
Greetings, everyone.
This is DC. He is actually a friend of mine on Discord and the BSC FC. Rock on. and we're going to do Final Fantasy 3. I assume this is your first time looking at this intro in Final Fantasy 3, right?
Yep. Actually, this is my first experience with Final Fantasy 3. Period.
Okay.
Like every time, it's funny. I have the worst luck with this game when it comes to actually getting a copy. So the only copy I can actually get is the DS copy, and
that's the version everyone has.
Yeah, it usually shows up at my local GameStop. Here's the thing: every time it's at my local GameStop, I don't have the money for it. But every time I do have the money for it, someone snipes it.
Oh, you poor thing.
It's a never-ending cycle.
You do not know the power of emulator. I'm playing this on a PPSSPP. That is a PSP emulator. Yeah. That is where I played Final Fantasy 2. No shame, because fuck Final Fantasy 2. Never forget the Solar Rebirth.
I've never even heard anything about Final Fantasy 2.
They did a remake on Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2. Final Fantasy 3 did not get its traditional remake. Instead, it came earlier, actually, than the 20th anniversary. The original came out in 1990, and this one came out around 2005. So yeah, this game actually did not release in America until 2005. This is, if you know about the DS version, that was its first copy in America. Believe it or not.
Really?
I do not understand why, because they do this for so many other games, like Pokemon,
Fantasy 2,
yeah,
Final Fantasy 5.
Not Final Fantasy 4. They did it for Pokemon, actually, Pokemon Crystal, and they also did it for Ace Attorney. I think it was Investigation 2.
Well, that's Capcom being stupid.
Well, that's still an example.
So, in case you're wondering, wait, Final Fantasy 3? Where the fuck is Terra? Sabin!
No.
Where's the suplex?
No,
you're thinking
no.
What we refer to as Final Fantasy 3 is what the rest of the world refers to as Final Fantasy 6, one of my favorite RPGs of all time.
Yep, Final Fantasy 6 is real nice.
Yep.
But we're in Final Fantasy 3. Do you
the
enjoy
actual
these PSP?
Final Fantasy 3? You know, the precursor to Final Fantasy 5, the one with the job system? Well, technically, job system, that was first Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 3 got the first job system. This is Final Fantasy's precursor of the job system. So yeah, we have Final Fantasy 3, and we start off by dropping down this hole.
I'm a little behind then.
Okay, where are you right now?
I am at 321, 322, 23.
Okay, I'm at 330, 331. Okay, we are basically at the protagonist. We have a white-haired guy named Luneth. If you're playing the original Famicom version, you have 4 nameless quadruplets start this battle. And it's so disorienting. Because in this remake, they start off with an actual character development. In the Famicom version, it's just 4 people. It's just 4 nameless orphans. They have no character whatsoever. Ugh. And let me tell you something known as the beauty of auto battle. And the PSP version was the first one to get auto battle, and it was a godsend because sometimes 3D battles can take forever. Okay. Are you at the part where I am?
Those were monsters? Why do I get the feeling
Yes.
this is not the safest place to be? No shit!
Yeah.
You just fought some goblins!
Goblins are the weakest.
No, that would be slimes.
No?
And even
okay,
then... And even then, they'll kick your ass. Especially if they're out of metal, or if their name is Sue.
Oh, fuck that. If their name is Sue, then they're gonna slap the shit out of you. Okay, so there are some differences between the PSP remake and the DS version. In this version, they have a completely remastered soundtrack, because you can tell...
Oh, so good.
It sounds so good.
Or you can change it to 8-bit.
Yes, you can change it to 8-bit. I love that feature. It is so awesome.
Meanwhile, Final Fantasy VI, every single goddamn version of the game, the soundtrack is so fucking majestic you don't even need to remix it. The original soundtrack sounds amazing as is.
Yeah, I would have preferred a remix to Dancing Mad, but okay, I'm pretty good with it.
Dude, that's the best part. Like dancing, you listen to Dancing Mad, you would never even think that came from the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
you'd swear that came from what, a DS title.
Yeah,
this is one of the reasons why I love 6 so much. It was so. Well, I don't want to say technically solid because we all know
of course not.
We already know the destroyer of worlds that is Relman or Sketchbug.
Oh yeah, the sketch glitch. Okay, so anyway, I'm showing off all the encounters, but the difference here is that I'm only showing new encounters.
Oh, you're doing typical RPG post-com where you're showing new formations and shit.
Yep.
All right.
Man, when I look at this, I always cringe on how tough the enemies are, because remember, you started off with 4 characters here, and they all have the same stats, same equipment, and they all have daggers, leather shields, yada yada yada. In this game, you start up with 1 person. You can tell that my HP gets dangerously low, because my God, this game is much more harder.
You haven't played Chrono Trigger.
Okay, well, Chrono Trigger is something else.
Let me just tell you this. There's a reason you fight Robo to grind up to at least get all your techs up.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason Robo, Gato. There's a reason the fight against Gato in the fair is a thing.
Well, anyway. They always have those moments where it's just a huge difficulty spike. And
Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, well, not Final Fantasy VIII. A lot of the Final Fantasies, this one is no exception.
Well, the thing is, with 8, it's an arbitrary difficulty spike based on the fact that the game assumes that you know that the 2 stupid mechanics it introduces, the draw system and the junction system, within 30 minutes into the game. That pissed me off.
Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, we got the land turtle right here. This guy's not hard. Just throw Antarctic
Wind.
Antarctic Wind is an ice tube, or Blizzara, basically. This guy's weak to it, but I'd rather you just waste 1 and then just put auto, and then just shift your thing to attack, and then put auto battle on and drink a cup of coffee, and you're good. That's kind of is the gist with the first boss. The rest of the bosses are completely unfair at points. Ugh.
Okay,
I will show you.
Obvious question is obvious. Do you go out of your way to grind?
There is an easy way to grind, but I don't do it for the sake of giving myself a challenge. There is one instance where I will grind the shit out of myself.
Give yourself a challenge. Good commentary. Pick one.
I have you, dude. We already make good commentary.
Fair enough.
Oh, man. Anyway, Luneth beat the shit out of the land turtle. Because, stop that, he came in... How did the land turtle even came here? He came in like a gaseous thing. I don't even know.
Obviously because Luneth was chosen. Everybody knows when someone is chosen, you have to have someone beat the shit out of him to prove that he's worthy of being chosen.
Chosen by who? Well, technically it's the talking crystal, but then again you can
chosen by the black screen that is talking to us.
Oh, you're talking about the Void, huh? Well,
No.
Technically, this is the game that debuted the Void, so
Wait,
I'm not gonna make
really?
any X-Death jokes because that belongs to Final Fantasy V.
The Void didn't become explicitly a thing until 5.
In this game, it became a thing for Final Fantasy 3 because it doesn't become like a huge problem until like the end game because it just comes out of nowhere. But then again, it does make a large amount of sense. But we won't get to X Death until Final Fantasy V, and even then, yeah.
Don't
anyway,
you just love being kidnapped against your will because you're apparently some chosen warrior?
No, this guy Luneth just fell from a hole. That's it. He was chosen by accident. Also, notice the JPEG mountains and the JPEG clouds just moving right over there.
Not as bad as Circus Tower.
Oh yeah, actually it's Ancient Labyrinth because it has the JPEG outdoors.
It has the JPEG of Circus Tower.
Okay, so you're tempted to go back to town, but no, you're not. Go back to the cave. There's a lot more treasure to get.
Money.
I mean, look at all these beautiful little crystals. All I want to do is just sell them in the black market. Okay, so anyway, there's the hole right over there. And right over here you can get some really nice treasure, actually, because bronze... I'm going to say this right now, this is the job system, but if you're playing the original Famicom, you play as an onion kid. In this game, it's a freelancer. Freelancers can equip anything and any magic, but it's only like level 1. Onion kids get the same benefit. It's like this game gives you the options if you go back to look, and this game does reward the curious types, because this is the first game that introduced invisible items.
Ooh, meanwhile, 6 punishes the curious types because you get the item before it becomes a super badass item.
Yeah.
Thunder Rod one-shotting the boss once the boss you fight when you meet up with Salus.
Oh, yeah. Never forget.
I love that.
Okay, so this game tries to incorporate new plot, but it doesn't really work because
What, new plot as in like exclusive to this version of the game?
Well, it's character development. It feels a little hollow, but I'm glad they at least tried.
Well, the thing is, you have to consider that the game wasn't really designed around... Well, the game's overall story wasn't really designed for character development. It was just
for nameless orphans.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, you're nameless nobodies off to do some crystals bidding.
Oh yeah, just do some random rock spitting. I'm pretty sure that's just a voice in your head. And it's telling you to go kill yourself, Luneth. You're not interesting at all. No, seriously, he's not interesting at all. He's just a bit cocky. That's it. There is an end.
He's Wind Waker Link.
Yeah, he's he's Wind Waker Link. Anyway, time to show. This game does introduce some funny stuff. Right over here, you can actually play this piano. It is not Final Fantasy V. It's just for fun. And he plays Fur Elise pretty badly. This is in the original, just the same. And just like the original, everybody boos him. He just does his little He just does his little shrug. So you can also meet with this dancer, and she'll dance for you, actually. And I put in the classic music just cause.
Nice.
I'm gonna put in the classic music back and forth, so that way it'll be a little more.
This reminds me of the dancing girl from Shovel Knight.
Yeah, it's exactly the dancing girl from Shovel Knight.
Actually, see the thing, so watching the dancing made me think dancing girl from Shovel Knight. But when I think dancer in Final Fantasy, I think of the whore who tried to hit on Cyan in 6.
Oh man. Poor
the
Cyan.
quote-unquote waitress.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Who I forget what her name in her original name in the Japanese version of the game was. Actually, let me look that up, because I know it wasn't waitress. That was a Woolsey thing.
Anyway, we went to a storehouse in the back of town. For some reason, there are random encounters there. I don't understand that. Random encounters in a town. Let that sink in for you, DC.
Wait, what?
There's random encounters in a town.
Wait, what?
Let that sink in for a little bit. There's an old man that says that there's a storehouse that you could take all the items because you're the chosen, but be careful because there are random encounters in the back. I don't understand why, but hey, free treasure. There are a couple of nice things, plus your first cure tome. Yeah, this game introduces tomes yet again, and you have to learn magic from the tomes yet again.
Okay, how do tomes work? That was a 2 thing, right?
It was a 2 thing. You just equip it to your... you just use it on your character, and they basically learn the magic. That is, unless they're not in the proper class. One thing, there is no more level system for Final Fantasy 2, so you're basically free to abuse it as much as you want as long as you have the proper MP.
Huh. So how the hell was progression done into?
That's basically how it is. It's just you train your ass and just go through each challenge, and that's it. Magic doesn't really even was beneficial in that game. It's just you could easily just tank and spank. Anyway, we have our secondary character. We have Ark, our second quote-unquote nameless orphan. And yeah, you can tell that they made him a bit of a crybaby. You can tell that there's some repeating tropes in this in this game, actually. So did you find the waitress's name?
I'm trying to find a reference to it, period.
Okay. Well, anyway, there is a potion in the flower bed. I did not notice for the longest time, actually. Other than that...
Okay, this is actually a very interesting piece of trivia. I did not... Okay, so in 14, you know how Chocobo dying works, right?
Yeah. You feed it something, and you get some sort of, like, period, and then you feed it as much as you can in, like, 6 hours, and then it'll change color.
Yeah. Feeding the Chocobo the Doman Plum will increase its cyan value.
Cyan value.
Its blue value. Yeah.
You mean that's it?
Yeah, the cyan as in RGB
okay.
is calculated cyan, magenta, yellow.
Okay.
Feeding the Doman Plums will increase the cyan value. And cyan is from the imperial town of Doma.
God damn it. I did not fucking know that.
Me neither.
Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna show off the shops. They're nothing special. The magic shop has the poison tome. This has just leather crap. It smells like crap too, and it came from cows. That crap. Do you smell the crap, Luneth? It smells good. Okay, other than that, that's pretty much it for the part. For the next part, I'm gonna go to the next town of Kazus. And that's where we will find Ark, and we will... Well, technically, there's an Technically, if you talk to the townspeople, there's like a rumor going on, but we won't know what it is until we go into the town. So, anyway, now's the end of the part. Anyway, this is Game of Glory. I shall return. DC, say bye.
I'm the DC Dungeon Master, and as always on my channel, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll stick around. Yeah, seriously, support this dude. He's awesome.
Thanks, dude.
No problem.